So just to clarify, iFrames is when you are fully invulnerable and attacks just phase through you. And tracking break, which is a new term that we're kind of using here, I want to make sure everybody kind of gets what it means. It's whenever you throw an attack and somebody's dodging or doing a dodge attack or whatever, and then the opponent's tracking. So normally when an opponent throws an attack at you and you dodge, or if you stay still rather, like the attack tracks, right? So if you just move sideways, your opponent's gonna like keep rotating with you to hit you. Tracking break stops that from happening, makes it easier to dodge attacks and stuff. So that's kind of like what we're going there for these terms, just to make sure it's clear for everybody, because it might be a little bit confusing. But what we've been doing now is that iFrames.
Yo, fix the mic, bro. Fix the mic.
These hero side dodge attacks. Right? So Zanhu, Nusha, Shaman, Shaolin, and Meiji. So for Nusha and Shaman, like we just upped them by one frame. For the others, we actually added it, especially for Meiji in Axe mode. That's gonna be like a big buff there. Up opponents and getting
Kensei buff. Oh my god. Finally. In forever.
It's 200 MS faster. Same timing as some of the stuff we have on our
Top heavy opener.
And pummel strike still softening.
Faster.
So we really
ooh, the damage. That was 24, not 30.
To open up opponents.
I mean, since it's faster, it makes sense.
Recently buffed his finishers
30 was a little too much.
Like a whole package here that's pretty interesting. We've also nerfed the damage, of course. It has to be 24 instead of, I think it was a 30 before. That was really high. And it also gives them a new GB punish as well. So when you go and land a Guardbreak on somebody, you can get the top heavy now, which is super amazing.
Oh, and Guardbreak, you could top heavy. Okay.
A little bit.
That's good.
Reduce its damage. Again, provide a bit more offense, make things a little bit faster for Kensei. Get into his mix-up a little bit easier. And we've also sped up the side heavy finisher. So these are the versions that you use when you soft feint from the top heavy.
Change top heavy damage. Oh. Okay. So all the top heavies damage got reduced. That's cool. Top heavy now. But they're faster though. So that's cool. Side heavy finishers are now 800 milliseconds.
Or when you use them, like use them.
It's like a dodge heavy? Or just a regular? Oh, like a regular side heavy is faster? Okay, I'll take it.
It should be a little bit easier to trade with them, to hit
damage got a little lower. Okay, that's cool.
We just had the damage as well, so nothing here is over 30. It's kind of like a brave
old changed attacks now cause a medium hit reaction. What does that mean?
It hits more and more and more.
Cause medium
hit have like damage that's still high, but not overly high, and you go, oh, I die in 3 hits.
I'm gonna wait for him to explain it.
Gotcha. And we've also lowered the hit reactions on a lot of these attacks. They used to be able to push you back quite a bit. Really ledge from further away.
Okay, that's cool.
Issues, we really faint the, you might
Zanu.
And you go, what's going on? But then the first line is actually really, really, really major, is that we've adjusted the chain link timings to heavy finishers so that they can no longer be interrupted by a light attack after any of these attacks, right? So, who had a bit of an issue where you would throw a light, you would do a side dodge attack or whatever, and then if the other opponent was good enough, like had enough skill and was able to read the animation a bit better, as soon as you threw a heavy, they could mash light and beat your heavy every single time.
Okay.
Fixed, so it can no longer happen. And whenever Zanhu goes into their chains, you actually have to stay there and take the mix-up and get there. So that's like really, really important. Really should really help Zanhu there quite a bit. We've also added the fact that these heavy finishers can now soft feint the Guardbreak to be able to catch roll attempts, because with these changes, even when those
that's really good. Hey, finishers.
If you're playing
now soft feint to Guardbreak. Oh, but
you could literally just mash A, roll away, and then all Zanhu could do was do heavy feint, dodge forward, and something. Right. It was always like a bit of a disaster.
Okay.
So with that, at least
Jiang Jun
was the last one or one of the last few ones that's
Jiang whatever
reduction on the victim.
Oh, okay.
So because it's a move off of parry, it doesn't really make that much sense there. So we
remove damage reduction.
You get ally heavies off of it and get like into a groove there. But it's like super hard to game with that because you actually need to get a parry going.
Gotcha.
But we've also improved the input comfort a little bit, right, to do that move.
Oh, now it's easier to
like static at 500 MS after a parry.
Do the choke move. Okay, that's cool.
And then comes small nerfs. So
nerfs
swirl, which is the zone attack that you do.
Let's go.
Parry, right? Is now 600 MS down.
Thank God, bro. So, I swear to God, bro. This zone is so fucking fast.
100 MS there makes
it's so
it a lot
fast
for people that are around a JJ.
like
to be able to
it was
dodge
too
it.
fast, bro.
Big, wide, sweeping,
It was a little
unblockable.
broken.
You need to be able to
You could
get out of
easily
it.
span that.
Very few characters have tools that you can use against that. I guess if you're not like BP, you can't do anything. So we wanted to give you a little bit more time to dodge out of it.
Sifu swirls now.
Sifu swirl, which is
that?
the zone when you go into Sifu
Oh,
status.
just the the stance.
Longer, might not
Eh,
seem like much again.
it's
but
a little
helps
longer.
being a little bit more reactable.
But that's cool.
A
I'll
little bit
take it.
easier for your
I'll take it.
opponent to see, for people around
Top
you to
heavy
see. Again, it's a
finisher
big,
deals
wide,
30
sweeping,
damage.
Unblockable, so we
Heavy
wanted to
finisher
get there a
deals.
little bit.
Okay, he got a
there's
little
some damage
nerfs.
So
Okay.
top heavy finisher now deals 30.
He's still gonna be really good.
Heavy finishers now deal 28 instead of 30. Again, more issues.
Shinobi.
Remove the chain on miss on it entirely. So if you manage to unlock, backstep it, throw it somewhere else, you can't go into sickle rain at all anymore. So that should really help on a heavy parry that was like way too strong. And then sickle rain now feeds more damage. You can see the numbers here. But essentially, we want it to be like it's a tricky thing to remove all those loops for now. It's something we're investigating. We're looking into it. But at the moment, because Shinobi is so problematic, we've
What's sickle
massively
rain? Is
raised
that the zone?
Raise the amount of damage that the hero feeds, so that you can't go into multiple
know.
loops of this. That should kind of help quite a bit.
Damage or revenge?
Revenge. Sorry, yeah,
Okay,
revenge. Yeah. Sorry,
we're not
right.
adding more damage
Yeah.
to Shinobi.
Sorry. Yeah, thank you for clarifying
No.
that. We've raised the revenge. How much revenge it feeds.
Okay.
So it's
So we got worse in domain or deathmatch. That's cool. Shadow Strike can no longer chain on miss. I have no idea what the hell Shadow Strike is. They gotta like show some like demonstration, you know, like some gameplay, just for, like 5-second clips, you know. Cause not everyone memorizes these fucking names, bro. What the fuck?
dealt 55 damage, which actually. So it's a neutral zone, costs a bunch of stamina.
Where's all
It's one of
this?
those things that we wanted to see if BP could have more ways to open up opponents and do front dodge back all the time, right? So with this, we're gonna see if that works. Again, there might be more changes coming. Like there's stuff that keeps the game keeps evolving more and more and more now. Like we've been doing a lot of those changes, so we'll see where that goes.
It's almost like after 6 years, it's an iterative process.
Yeah.
One monger can now perform vicious impel. Oh, now perform parry. Oh, bets. Bet. So after you, this is basically saying right here, top right here, it's saying after you parry, you know how Omari does like she charges with the sword and scratches you and makes you bleed if you hit the wall or some shit like that. It's easier to get that after a parry, you know. The input button is just easier, even for what's the name, Centurion. Okay, that's good. And Warlord.
Right?
That's really good. I like
I'm really
that.
happy
I like
that
that.
like, we're able to do like more changes now more often. Really
Like
helps
prior reduced distance traveled when backstepping height.
For sure. Yeah.
The
Zone
Yorm-
attack
So Yorm zone
is
attack
now-
now costs
oh,
20
Wait, zone attack is now faster. Okay. Was it that slow? I don't know. Yorm zone attack costs 20, down from 60. Damn. I could see his zones a little. It costs a little too much, but 20. I don't know, man. We'll see. Adjust his attack trajectory for zone attack.
stamina down from
And also
60.
heavy attacks are better.
For Yorm
Oh,
players,
just
like
better-
we didn't forget you last time. Just these things were planned and like
Better
sometimes
what?
we're not
Better
planned, so we have
visuals?
to do what
Better-
we can. But yeah, so at 20 stamina, way better zone attack.
The camera's
And we've
cutting the
also
word
adjusted
off.
the attack
Oh,
trajectory. So by that I mean like
better
hitboxes.
match weapon.
It's just the
visuals.
term that we typically use because it's not really hitboxes. It's really like weapon trajectory. Right? You're swinging your weapon to hit
Right.
people.
Yeah.
So we've adjusted them for zone attack and for all of its side heavy attacks.
So they look
so that you
better.
can hit people more reliably that are external to you.
Oh,
Really helps in
okay.
anti-ganking situations and stuff. That should be really good. And with the upcoming rework for Yorm that we're gonna have at some point soonish, we'll be able to get there. It's not in this TG.
Soon,
Spoiler alert.
Oh,
But we'll get into it. Yeah, that should be pretty cool.
Is it soon TM?
Yeah, soon TM, right?
Okay, gotcha.
We actually found. I don't know if you remember. Steph had like some soon glasses back in the day.
Those were
And-
Andrews, or were they?
I think they were Steph's. I don't know.
Your
but we found
buffs?
them,
Or your rework? Okay, for that.
Been here. Should have been.
Zerker.
Okay, so next up we have Zerk. So for Berserker, Boar Rush, which is Berserker's sprint attack, it now has.
Sprint attack? No one cares about that.
It's armor, but we still like to use the appropriate word that we actually use in
Gladiator.
Fans.
Oh,
starting at 100
pirates.
MS, so you can use that sprint from further away and be able to do good stuff.
Gotcha.
To 100 MS instead of 5. it was a bit of a weird leftover. So for Gladiator, then
Gladiator.
I've also made that Fushina Ictus, which is a toe stab.
Those tab.
You can use it in chains now.
Ooh, it's
500
faster.
instead of
500
6.
milliseconds instead of
It's a
600
big buff for
milliseconds.
Gladiator. Faster attacks there. It's also kind of a chain reset, so you can like throw a bunch of attacks,
Bet.
toe stab, restart your chain, get into
Bet. I'm
a bit too slow in chains.
I'm out toe stab more
But
often.
5, it should be like a really.
So it's faster during chains.
Only like.
Oh yeah, well, I'll take it anytime.
JC, why do you hate toast?
Pirates.
Having that softening to Guardbreak there was not really necessary,
Yeah.
so we've decided to remove it. Hopefully, it'll help. Like
Wait.
it'll be a little bit easier to manage for a lot of players.
Is that unblockable?
Cancels at the end. For Pirate, we've done 2 changes. One of them is we removed the softening to Guardbreak from Cavalier Dance, which is front dodge heavy. So
Front dodge heavy. That's unblockable shit. That shit OP as fuck. Now you can't Guardbreak.
that move has a lot of properties, right? It's armored, it's unblockable.
Exactly.
Could soft feint to Guardbreak, and also has recovery cancels at the end. And so we want to keep the move to be able to open up opponents.
So I assume you can't Guardbreak that anymore.
A lot of
But
feedback we've gotten from high level is that for them, it's not even enough to have all these properties.
finally, that was
But
too
at
OP.
the same
What
time,
fuck?
having that softening to Guardbreak there was not really necessary.
Yeah.
So we've decided to remove it. Hopefully it'll help. Like it'll be a little
Chain
bit easier to
link
manage for a lot of
from
players.
guaranteed pistol
So
blast is
lowering
now
the
300
performance there a
milliseconds.
little bit.
Yeah.
But the next change I'm really happy with.
What is it? So you could dodge it now?
Is the chain
pistol?
link, and it doesn't seem like much, right? Chain link from guaranteed pistol blast is now 300 ms, up from 200.
It's guaranteed though.
What that means is that we want pirate players to be a little bit more skillful and think more when they're using their attacks and going to that pistol blast. We know that it's really good. It interrupts armor. It does a bunch of really good stuff. But now the trade-off is that if you use the pistol blast and go into walk the plank into soften the Guardbreak, you should no longer be
What's
able to
walk the
grab
plank, bro?
the Guardbreak every single dodge and dodge attack out of it,
Okay,
right?
Gotcha.
So you now have to make a choice. Either you let the heavy fly, you don't go into pistol blast, and you get a better mix-up of a walk the.
I don't know what you're saying. Chain link from guaranteed pistol blast. It's guaranteed pistol blast. It's a maybe going into the guaranteed pistol blast is slower, so maybe now you can dodge it easier or some shit. Okay.
So kudos to the team, and thanks to everybody for testing that out and really giving us really good feedback. So that's amazing there.
So JC, do you feel
Guardbreak.
like, I mean, would you like to say that that feedback you get from testing grounds? I mean, that's something you use and the team really looks at?
Countering Guardbreak now
Maybe we'll cover it a
last.
little bit more, but
So
whenever there's a testing
down
ground,
from 800.
we're on the forums. We're
Right,
looking at
right.
everything to make sure that we gather all this feedback.
So
We
it's a
watch
little
the streamers'
faster.
videos.
Yeah.
It's all amazing stuff. So
Reduce backward movement when performing a counter.
Keep giving that feedback, everybody. 'Cause,
yeah.
maybe your dreams can.
Okay.
come true.
Yeah, usually people dodge back and
So
all that.
Is that
That
about
it?
That's it for us for the patch notes right now.
What is this testing ground thing? What is this? Same thing, right?
Updates and dodge like
Ooh,
changes
dodge
to dodges and
attacks.
dodge attacks in general, right? So we're doing this because we've been seeing it quite a bit online, and we've seen it ourselves as well. Like we're not blind. That a lot of the time, there's a risk reward.
What is all this?
That is really
fuck?
heavily skewed towards the.
Let me pause it
defender.
real quick. Side dodge heavy attacks now grant slight parry punishes. What? Side dodge bashes no longer chains on miss and always gives a guard break on miss. That's not happening. No fucking way. All side dodge attacks can now be delayed. No way they're gonna do this. Side dodge heavies attacks can now guarantee by parries, punishes. So every time they dodge heavy, you just parry it, and then you get a free heavy basically. What the fuck? Ooh, spice things up. No more people spamming dodging and shit. I like that. Okay. Side dodge bashes no longer chain on miss. Like Glads, who else? Highlanders? I don't know. I can't think off the top of my head right now. But side dodge bashes no longer chain on miss. And then you could guard break them. Okay. Damn. You don't want to. So that's kind of. It's like nerfing. That's like an indirect nerf to all the dodge heroes. Gladiator, Sanu. You know, so like it's kind of what it's gonna make them be more trash. I don't know. We gotta see. I'm speaking too soon. All side dodge attacks can now be delayed. Okay, it's delayed.
Especially
That's good.
when they have heavy dodge attacks, right?
Where's all this? Heroes are no longer healers. No longer keep their defenses while dodging. Deflecting super block still apply. So when you dodge, sometimes you block, and now you can't have like any sort of defense when you dodge. I'm not sure. Let's wait for him to explain
them, you get hit by a little light afterwards. Nothing much happens, and generally it's like, well, it feels like it's my best. My best option is always to do side dodge heavy, right? There's a reason why heavy is a crazy team, right?
Yeah.
Yes,
We
sir.
made fun of people when Griffin came out because they were like, "Oh,
Yes, sir. Griffin was OP as fuck.
literally just parry."
Right?
Yeah.
But then the thing is, yes, just parry, but the problem ends up being that risk reward matrix I was talking about is kind of the unbalanced towards the defender, right? Because you do it every single time.
Exactly.
Always has to feint to neutral, parry.
It's true.
get a light,
It's so
do
true.
another
It's
attack,
annoying.
Still dodges into a heavy and rinse and repeat, right?
Right.
So
It's shit
to
boring.
solve that issue a little bit, going into it where it's more favored towards the attacker, more favored towards skillful play. We want
Thank you.
side dodge heavy.
Fuck them noobs, bro.
When side dodge attacks in general, right? When they feel
They gotta
it is
learn how to play
best tool for
the hard way.
situation and not the default response to every single
Yeah,
attack.
it's not like this is safe. This is safe.
Exactly.
I'm gonna do it. This is safe.
Right, exactly, right. So we're going towards that, and
More
on top
risky.
of that, we're also looking at dodges themselves and adapting some of the things there so that it opens up a door towards better mix-ups in general, right? Right now, one of the big
Kinda wanna
issues
skip
that we
this.
have is that when we do undodgeable attacks,
I want to
that are
explain
not
the-
instant dodge.
This
We
part right
have to
here.
have at least 2 stances every single time, because otherwise, what you can do with a lot of heroes is just block in one direction, dodge into the other, and then you end up blocking a side dodge attack. Like if it's a single direction,
okay.
right? If it's only top, for a lot of heroes, you can just block top and then side dodge.
Right.
And then you beat both the bash and the undodgeable. So that's a bit of our problem here, and it's really forcing us to spread out undodgeable all across the stances all the time. So we're looking at a way that we're doing something where this is going to be less of a problem. That's one of the things we're going to be testing here. That should be pretty cool. So Alex, you want to tell us like what the changes are a little bit quick?
Oh, they're gonna show
The
us.
switch is not active.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Does it matter? Just go to the PowerPoint there, and then we can
Perfect.
go into it.
Dead magic
All
break.
right. So first of all, the first thing we're looking at is whenever you
Let's skip to the gameplay. I don't want to hear him talk.
Those for most heroes, except like reflex guard heroes that are a little bit different, but every single static hero keeps their defense while they're dodging. Sometimes it forces change. Sometimes it stays where it was at.
Oh,
And
you
in
see
a
that?
lot of
You
cases,
see?
it's
You guys see his
problematic
guard?
Because like I was saying earlier,
Whenever he dodges, it disappears.
this with Shinobi, like Hito could block top and then side dodge, and always block it, and it would negate every single mix-up I could do. And then that's why
Oh.
Shaolin, in this example, had to have undodgeable on at least 2 stances, and usually we put it on all 3 to make it a bit more uniform.
Right.
So with this change, every single hero now loses their defense while they are dodging. Now this doesn't
I like
mean
that.
like
Interesting.
reflex guard heroes or heroes that super block, for example, lose them. They still keep those special properties while they're dodging, but everybody else kind of acts like Valkyrie does right now, right? So Valkyrie right now on live, and even after a rework, doesn't keep her defense while she's dodging, but not.
Look at that. You guys see that guard break?
Kind of a
The
passive
guard?
Kind of a
little bit.
passive.
It disappears.
right? But because we're changing,
Look at that.
Because we're changing around mics. Because we're changing around the iframe stuff, it makes it so that you're still able to defend, still able to dodge, still able to do all those things, and you get into a good situation, right?
again, it's always we want you to think about your
Exactly,
action
right. We want to.
Come on, bro.
Guard to the side or whatever, and I threw a top heavy, and he back dodged. he could not dodge it. And now, like, this could not
Wait,
happen
what?
on live right now. So because you keep your iframes while you're dodging into the wall,
Wait,
and
what?
you end up being able to escape
That was so weird.
situations and
I'll
dodge
do that
out of
again real
situations.
quick. That
A
looked
lot
weird
of
as
times,
fuck.
This type of stuff, if you have a bash, you can't do anything right now in live. And it becomes really frustrating. You get kind of stuck in the corner, and you have to hope that by you mash dodge, and I'm gonna like squeeze out of the corner. Now, no problem. You can always just back dodge, side dodge,
Ooh.
to avoid everything. Works.
That does
super
happen
well.
usually most of the time. Then you're stuck behind a corner or some shit. You can't dodge
in that corner.
like that text and shit. But now I assume you could.
And then you got the trap.
Is he gonna show it again?
Even in this map, right? This is a competitive duels map. There's a lot of those little corners at a bunch of places, right? So we want to make sure that you're able to escape those situations and defend yourself when you get trapped in those situations. So overall, that's it. The goal of the testing grounds is really to change up the risk-reward matrix there, so that dodge attacks are still good. We still want people to use them. We still have them in the game. We just added them to heroes that didn't have them, right?
Wait, when's testing round? November 17. Oh, that's dodge attacks. Ooh, I want to try that out real quick. It's spicy.
You can do them really late.
Next month?
So that's the thing
Damn.
we were talking about.
Yeah.
Wait, no, that's not
It
next
really
month.
helps in those situations. That's
Oh,
really
yes, it
amazing.
is. Damn.
And then if you want to show off the iframes, Alex, if you want to
Yes,
go to
I
a corner, to escape those situations and defend yourself when you get trapped in those situations.
And I guess that's it. You just
So overall, that's it. The goal of the testing
keep on rambling on. Quick little video right here. If you guys enjoyed the video, please like, subscribe, and catch you guys in the next one. Stay tuned for more content, and thank you guys for all the support. Appreciate it.